Hello, and welcome to our lesson on advanced topics and emerging trends. This segment will cover blockchain in project management, Part 2. Currently, people connect bank accounts and cards or use PayPal to make payments online. Specifically, third-party authority figures make sure that the services provided are done correctly. However, merchants cannot be sure that payment for services is always guaranteed, and they tend to require sensitive information from customers. For this reason, it is important to have an automated payment system without the middleman. This new electronic system enables the two sides to deal with one another directly without a middleman or third party. Therefore, the third party is replaced with an absolute chain of deals that require computational proof to validate, as well as many connected peers prompted to keep the same records. For example, Bitcoin, which is a chain of digital signatures. You can own a Bitcoin by signing its unique hash on the blockchain. It can only be done after another peer has sent it to you. After sending, you can check all past signatures through your part to continue the chain to all Bitcoin's participants. Ultimately, peers must verify the ownership of funds using the blockchain. Blockchain improves digital trust as it stores unaltered data in a public space that can always be referred to if needed. This exposure makes fraud more difficult. It is a blend of old technologies that have already existed for a long time. For example, cryptography and payment form cryptocurrency. It represents values, payment through a token, that, when merged, create the entirely new concept of cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrency merges the idea of money, sending and receiving money online, together with being able to trade safely through a token. As blockchain technology develops in functionality and popularity, it will continue to extend into everything, from the life of an individual to the business operations of organizations. Blockchain is one of the key technological foundations behind many of the advancements occurring in project management. For example, the intelligent contracting, the decentralization of the databases, the value exchange, intelligent identification, and the smart supply chains are some of the tools that work with this technology and its application to the project management. This yields greater collaboration, decentralization of transactions, savings of money between transactions, open and transparent contracts, greater competitiveness, and greater efficiency in approval periods, among others. Project management is a highly structured field governed by a multitude of processes and procedures, which involve many third parties and intermediaries. Consequently, this dependence increases in flexibility in the face of change. It can be seen when we follow the steps of a project, starting with bidding and contracting, preparing the contract, followed by a public announcement. The companies interested in the contract present the necessary documentation, which always involves other parties. Once the documentation has been reviewed, the bids are evaluated, and the presentation of the definitive guarantee and remaining documentation is requested. Once the resolution is published, the signing of the contract becomes effective. Followed by design and purchases. During the bidding process, attaching and reviewing documents such as the descriptive report, budget, plans, and work plan, among others. These documents are the basis for the execution of the works and to carry out the procurement process, hiring subcontractors and supplying materials for the execution of the works. Execution of the works. It is time to build and set up what until now only existed on paper. Now it will also be necessary to negotiate with the local authorities and the security forces involved. Once all the interfaces that exist between the parties involved have been resolved, the work is carried out. Delivery and commissioning. Finally, the project is delivered to the client with a series of necessary documentation. It is a tedious process with a multitude of actors in decision-making, such as governments, banks, and other companies. This is the end of this segment of our lesson. In the next segment, we shall discuss blockchain in project management, Part 3. This course is presented to you by South Europe College. Thank you for listening, and see you on our next segment.